Is it working? Oh, it says I'm live, but am I? That's the question. Let's pop it in a new tab and see. Sweet, it's working. Good, I can show my face. Hello, it's me. How are we doing? Good morning. What time is it for you? It's 7:30 in the afternoon for me, in the evening rather. So I've been very professional and I forgot to actually do my setup before I've come on air. So oh dear, where's my editor? Let's try and get that working. There we go. And I think it's the wrong size. Oh dear, what's going on here? Oh no, I can't. Let's put something colourful so I can actually see how big it is. Pop. There we go. And hey, there we go. 11:30. Blimey. Where are you then? 11:30. I'm not. Yeah, I can't work that out in my head. And the other one that's wrong. Oh no, my browser's not here as well. Where's that gone? Haha. There we go. Can see things. West coast of us. Nice. Happy Friday and cheers. Thank you very much. It's Friday night and I'm hanging out with my best buds on the internet. I'm going to. I've been dying to go out all week, but I couldn't find anywhere good to go. And there's a bunch of things I could go today, but I'm gonna go see. I'm going to like an all-day dance thing tomorrow. The IKEA in Tottenham, I think it is, closed down a few years ago, and they've turned it into like a music venue, which sounds amazing. So I'm gonna go dance in a closed IKEA. 7:30. Fellow London, not Londoner, fellow Brit perhaps, or Irish maybe, or I don't know what else is in that bracket. Bits of France, Spain. Ah, 8:30 since moving from the UK to France. Good choice. Good choice. Why am I? There we go. I'm back to being big. So yeah, that's going to be fun. But it means I get to do some programming today. So what am I going to do? So I said I finished a library yesterday that can take HTML code and it convert it into Lustre code. Lustre being the sort of front end, well, also back end, but like a web application framework for Gleam. And it looks like, let's find an example. Lustre looks like this. So this is how you write HTML in Lustre. And so you can't copy and paste examples from, documentation for I don't know, what might you copy things from? I was going to say Bootstrap, but I think that's just me showing my age. So, oh my gosh, I've got my first ever bits. Oh, wow. Thank you so much. Thank you, iSense. I don't actually know what that does. Oh, I'm clipping. Am I clipping, everyone? How does my mic sound? I fiddled with the settings because I thought I was being a bit quiet. Oh my gosh. And Dylan subscribed. This is brilliant. I've not even done anything and it's already going really well. But yeah, I've been changing my mic settings a little. So if I sound too loud or anything, please let me know. And by trial and error, I'll get there eventually. Oh my gosh, I got some supporters. This is so cool. Audio sounds great. Excellent. So I want to write an app that turns HTML. Well, I have written an app that turns HTML into Lustre syntax, and I realized after I finished yesterday that there's two things I want to polish up a bit. One of them is a bug, and the other one is I think the code can be slightly improved in some places. So I just want to check those two things. oh gosh, your name's very hard. Zaka6 says, how incremental is the language server for Gleam? Do you use a similar approach to what Rust Analyzer does, or went with a simpler approach? Okay, slight tangent for a little bit. So Rust is a language that is very hard to compile quickly because everything, it's a big graph of things that all interact with each other in complicated ways, and there's loads of things in it that are quite expensive to compute. An obvious one being traits. Traits are complicated. It's difficult to resolve what the implementation of those traits are, and if you don't do that, you can't work out what the types are going to be. The other thing is proc macros. You need to run proc macros. You need to execute arbitrary code in order to do the thing. And so this means for a Rust language server to work, like Rust Analyzer, it needs to be really clever about how to compile the code in order to be able to get feedback quickly enough. And it does loads of amazing stuff to work with this. Gleam's different. Gleam is designed to be easy to understand, not just from a person's point of view, but also from the computer's point of view. So you can compute it really quickly. Like the whole module tree. It's not a graph, it's a tree. It goes in one direction, and if something changes in the tree, you just invalidate everything downstream from that tree. So that's a lot easier. You can type check it in a single pass. The parser doesn't do any backtracking. Like it's all designed to be like really fast. It's been made with that in mind. That with speed in mind, not necessarily editors in mind. So we don't need to be nearly as clever as Rust Analyzer needs to be. I think in terms of performance, we're okay. There's loads of things we could do to make it faster, but we don't need it as much as Rust Analyzer needs to be. The thing that we don't have is fault tolerant analysis, which is something that I'm hoping to start doing in the next, not the release that's coming in hopefully like under a week, but the release after that. So maybe in like a month and a half, something like that, we'll start to get fault tolerant analysis, which means you'll get much better feedback when thank you so more bits. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Isis. You're really kind. Gosh, your generosity's derailed me. Thank you so much. I'm going to go over here. Yes, so what that would mean, having fault-tolerant analysis, would mean that when your code is in a bad state, you've got type errors, you've got syntax errors, that sort of thing, the language server, rather, will know more than it previously does. Because at the moment, the way that the language server works is that it gets little bursts of information every time your program successfully compiles. So if you're in the middle of a refactoring and it's been a while, it may have been a little while since it's got its information updated, and so things might not quite be right. Like it may think that a function is here, well actually you've deleted some code so the function's been moved further up or something like that. Finally money thrown. Yeah, I signed up for the thing. I'm very professional. Affiliates? Is that what it's called? I signed up to that. Oh my gosh, another one. Thank you so much, iSense. I've got a level. I've got 100% of a hype train. I don't know what that is. This is great. There's confetti. It's very exciting. I'm gonna have to do that thing where it shows here, aren't I? I don't know how that works. Thank you so much, everyone, and thank you for subscribing. Like, this is brilliant. What was the... Hello, newbie. You've come to disrupt the stream, have you? What... I keep getting distracted by all this, everyone being so kind. Okay. Am I going to do one of these every day? Probably not. I'm going to do them as and when I feel... Hello, newbie. As and when I feel up to them. But I want to do them more, because I think this is like... It gives me a nice space to... It prompts me to write some more Gleam code, which is always really good. Newbie, leave the light bulb alone. But it also gives me opportunity to tell people about Gleam things, like answer these questions about the language server and stuff, and that's really cool. And I'm really enjoying it. It's nice to hang out with people. The problem with working on an open source project is you largely just work alone in your house. And like, I'm a sociable person. I quite like chatting in the office. At the moment, newbie, don't do that. At the moment, the Gleam compiler is written in Rust. Is there a plan to write the Gleam compiler in Gleam? No, there's not. Oh, sneezing. So the Rust is a great language. It's really good for writing compilers. And Gleam could be good too, but to get to the same place, we'd need to do a couple of years work on it. And like, would you rather we don't do anything for 2 years and come back and then we've got like maybe a similar but slower compiler? Or we could just spend 2 years making the language server really awesome. Or a year doing that and a year do something else that's much more valuable. Hi Louise, saying hi from my couch, working on open source software alone. One of us. So I don't think there's a particularly strong argument in favour of Gosh, I looked directly at a light bulb. I don't think there's a particularly strong argument in favour. So the two main arguments are that it proves that your language can be used to make real things. We know that. Mist is a really good, complicated program. It is a HTTP server, a really good one, really fast. A benchmark someone posted on Twitter yesterday showed it outperforming Go's one, that's brilliant. That shows the language works. And the other one is that it could make the compiler easier to contribute to. Okay, I mean, we haven't had problems getting people to contribute to the Rust compiler. And I think the complexity in contributing to a compiler is not going to be that it's written in quite simple Rust. It's that it's a compiler. It's doing static analysis. That's hard. So yeah, we're sticking with Rust, but everything else, we're going to do it in Gleam. It's going to be very exciting. What language is the Gleam compiler written? It's written in Rust. Oh my gosh, more bits. Thank you so much. I don't know I'm going to have to look up what that means. Things I probably should have worked out before I went on air. What exactly is a bit? Newbie's purring. Can you hear it? Hold on, let me move my microphone. He's a good boy. He's a really good boy. Could you hear that? Or was that just like a weird moment of the stream where nothing was happening? Don't chew the cable. No! Maybe you ruined it. I love audio hacking and music and synthesizers and stuff. And I once... I've never really made any actual music, but made sounds. And I made a great sound once by just like putting a contact microphone on a cat while he was purring. Oh, that was a real bass line. I have an open source etiquette question for you if you don't mind answering. I'm definitely happy to answer questions like that. I might also open my editor while I'm doing this thing and pretend that I'm going to do some work as well. Oh, hello newbie. You're in the way. I can't reach my keyboard. Nice. Fire away with the question. Shout out to you and Haley for being so helpful in Discord. Thank you. We're both very online, as I'm sure you can tell. I received a level 1 hype train emote. I'm not sure what that means. I'm going to press the share button. Oh, I've missed it. Oh no, I can. Choo choo. I didn't know what any of this means. It's great. No idea. Sorry, I'm getting a few. There's all these new widgets popping up on my little chat box, and I don't know what they mean. It's very exciting though. Okay, so I was looking to contribute to the Gleam compiler. I'm relatively new to Rust. I cloned way too many values. LOL. Is it reasonable to ask about where to start in the codebase? That's a great idea. So if there's something in particular you want, newbie, don't look at the light bulb. Come on, it's not good for you. If there's something you want to, if there's an issue you're interested in working on, it could be good to drop a comment in that issue and say, I want to work on this, and you could say, say, for example, you've looked at the code base and you've got a theory about what you might want to do. You could say, I think maybe I'll try this. Does that sound good? Or you could just say, I don't know, I want to try this, but I don't know where to look. Can you give me any tips? And I'll be super happy to, give you some pointers and try and help you out there. Because at the end of the day, you're helping me out. You're helping me do some work. And also, if I spent time helping you, you're going to get better with the compiler, and hopefully you'll have a good time. And if you enjoy it and find it rewarding, then you're going to do, new deno's available. How do I do that? Deno upgrade. If you get along well with that, maybe you'll contribute more, and each time you're going to get better, and I benefit from that. Fantastic. So yeah, always ask questions. Questions are really good. I do think that you, Haley, and Jack being so accessible, helpful, and kind is something incredibly unique to Gleam. I can't think of any other languages where the core team fits that mold. Oh, thank you so much. We just don't leave our respective houses very often. But no, it makes a huge difference, right? If we're going to work with a tool all day, you want to have good feelings about it in all different ways. So, okay, the things I want to... first thing I want to fix is... Oh, I might have written some issues for it, actually. Oh, I'm in the wrong repo. That's why I can't see the stuff. Gosh, look at that. Look at this extremely handsome person here holding a fan. This fella. Have you checked out the Rock language? What do you think about it? It looks like your design goals are the design goals are pretty similar to Gleam. Yes, I was on Richard, the guy who started the Rock project. I was on his podcast last week, I think. That was really fun. Richard is a wonderful man. Very charming. Richard is so charismatic. When I'm on the podcast with him, I'm just sort of like, oh gosh, I feel like I need to say more things, but the things you're saying are so interesting. I'm just like, yes, you talk. I feel like I've become the host, and I'm just like letting him talk. Yeah, software unscripted is the name of the podcast. It's really good. But yeah, so there's a lot of things that are quite similar about Rock and Gleam, but I think that issues. That's where I was going. I feel like Rock's got I think Rock, the original tagline, and I'm not involved in Rock, so I could be wrong here, but my as an interested onlooker, it seemed that like Rock originally was trying to go for like a very simple thing, quite similar to like Elm and Gleam, but I feel like it's added a lot of more complex features over the years of development, which has resulted in having like a bit of a different niche to Gleam, I think. Or niche, as I think I apparently, do you say niche in America? I was shocked when I heard that first. So I think they're there's a lot of similarities, but I think they've going to have quite different feels now. And a fun thing about so Gleam has a feature called Use, and we thought this was an entirely new thing that we invented. It's so cool and so clever. And then we looked at Rock after we had released this feature, and it has the same feature. They just call it backpassing, and we I think they assumed. I think we all thought we had made it independently, but we're all sort of like coming. What did you call it? Convergent evolution, inventing the same things. Oh, you don't say it like that. Okay, well, is it Connect? Is it? There was a YouTuber who has some American accent. It might not be the States, I'm not sure. And I was just shocked when he kept saying niche. Great minds think alike. Great minds think alike, but fools rarely differ. Isn't that the? Well, okay, so Richard's definitely not a fool, so maybe that's a good sign for me. So, I don't have a test for string quoting. That's an easy one. Let's get that one. I love the conversation about centralized package manager. He's brilliant stuff. Go watch the episode that I was in. Not because anything I say is good, but just because all the stuff that Richard's talking about at Rock was fascinating, super interesting. I'm really glad I didn't have to make the package manager like server side of it. I'm so glad that the wonderful Hex team have done that for me. So, where do we quote strings? Text with a quote in it. Hello. Oh wait, here is a quote. Okay, so I think that should be. Let's just do that. I think this should be. Ooh. Like that, and then a quote, and it should say here is a her. Here is a quote, and then it should have an escape slash followed by quote. But it doesn't. Oh, there's a space at the end as well. Gosh, it's a little bit hard to read this, isn't it? Like that. So, good. So there is a bug there. My newbie, get your head out of that plastic bag. How do I? Okay. Okay. So there is a bug there. Good thing I decided to write a test day. He does love a plastic bag. He loves bubble wrap as well. I think he's going to start complaining within the next half an hour, for sure. So, pin that. I really should write some macros and stuff for Vim to make this layout. What is he doing? That bag, I can't remember what was in that bag, but he's fascinated by it. It must smell of something. I think it was just a book or something. It's not very exciting. String. Okay, so print string. Gosh, this is hard to read, isn't it? Maybe we do need quotes, some other quotes thing. Why have I said that? That's wrong. That should go. Oh. Like that? Why am I concatenating something on here? That doesn't make any sense. Cool. Okay, so let's fix that. Did I release this? I don't remember if I did. There's no change log, so I suspect I didn't. Oh! He's not complaining, but he's getting in the way. Right, good. So there we go. That's the first thing I forgot about. I can't close it because I'm not logged in. I should probably just log into GitHub on this, but I don't remember until after I've gone live. I really don't want to put passwords in on air. So I'm in my other browser. 1 moment, please, caller. I'll be with you in 1 moment. There we go. Is it going to auto-update? No, boring. Okay, cool. The next thing, handle white space. No, let's do this one. Use the attribute function. So Haley pointed out that some of the attribute functions don't take a. I've said they will take a string, but some of them don't. Some of them take. So this one takes a list of strings. This one takes a boolean. I mean, they all take quite wildly different things, actually. Excuse me. I've definitely got a cough. I was complaining about a lot in the last stream, but yeah, today has been a little, which is great because I'm going out tomorrow. Can't wait to feel tired on the dance floor. I'll have a beer, it'll be fine. Yeah, so they all... Oh, that's fancy. They all... I wonder if there's like a subset of... I kind of like using the string ones where possible. So like maybe for just the string ones, we can keep it. Oh gosh, excuse me. I need one of those big mute buttons. That would be good. Okay. Weapon, that's not what I want. No. There we go. Okay, so let's get one that is... Okay, so accept... Or... What's a good one? What's a good one? Autoplay. So let's make a test for autoplay. Nice. So this is wrong. This is generating invalid. That's not correct. Oh gosh, sorry folks. There we go. So generated this. Gosh, that's gonna come out. That's gonna happen every time, isn't it? Oh, maybe that's what I can do. Do you think? Okay, so does OBS have an API? Because it would be really cool to like have a Vim plugin where it complains. Like if I type something and I don't have OBS on the right, what do you call them? Scene? On the right scene, it could be like and like flash or something. That would be really cool. Maybe I should do that. I watched Chris Jenkins' plugin making video, like NeoVim plugin video with Lua last night. It was really good. You should watch it. It's really, 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 really good. He made a Docker image searcher thing with Telescope. Oh, brilliant. I want to make everything out of Telescope now. If it doesn't, you could at least use browser overlays. I don't know what a browser overlay is. Yeah, I did watch it. Thank you for the recommendation, Dylan. It was fantastic. Yeah, so this is wrong, what I've written here. This attributes in Lustre is supposed to take like a boolean like that. Hey, newbie. But it doesn't. I've said it takes a string. That's just wrong. So instead, yes, quite. So instead, I think it should do, oops, oh no. Oh no, yes, Nubia, I agree. Instead, let's do that. So there's a generic function called attribute, which is used for rendering any other attributes. So when, someone's linked OBS project plugins. I should probably have a little scan through those, shouldn't I? I'll do that after I've made this this doohickey, this thingy bob. How do I make a new tab in Safari? Come on. There we go. So yeah, I'll use the generic attribute function to make an attribute that doesn't do anything special, so I don't have to do. And maybe in future I could make it to have like a special case for like Boolean and a special one for lists of strings and a special one for blah 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 blah. Maybe, but it's just a bit too complicated for me now. And to try and help with that, I've got all of these. I've copy pasted the docs into my editor, and I'm going to try and work out which ones are just strings off the back of that. So let's sort all of them. Pub. Okay, so, oh, okay, that didn't work because on, okay, I can get rid of that one. Any others broken? No, okay, good. Excuse me. So, which ones can I safely trash? Okay. Okay, and the rest. Oh, there's an int there. Excuse me. I think the rest are strings. Oh no, this one. Oh, well, that's the attribute one. This one isn't property, is something else. Is that all of them? None. That's not a real thing. Just get rid of that. Cool. Oh, Bob. Oh, is it in there twice? Style. What's this? This is a. Oh, that is a HTML tag, and that is a. That's an attribute. I see. No autofocus. No how to play. Checked. Oops. Checked. Controls. What does form no validate do? Interesting. I I would quite like those Boolean ones in there, actually. Maybe I shouldn't have deleted them. Oh well, too late now, eh? Height. Calls. Okay. Nice, so that works now. Does it? Yes, it does. Okay, good. Do we want to put a special case in for some of them? Like, all the Boolean ones would be cool. Or like just, yeah, let's have a look at all the, how many bool. 12. Okay. Should I do that? Do the same thing again? So like Vim people. Yes, honey. Let me try and remember how to Vim. Yes. Is it like bang? Oh no, okay. I didn't have my editor showing. I did the coolest thing that I've done in ages, and I didn't know it was showing. How distressing. Let's do it again. This is a dramatic recreation. Boom. Oh, it's so cool. Using grep in your editor. Okay. These are all balls, right? No. Names does something else. Classes does something else. This one, good. So, pub fun, and then some name. One. No. Oh no, it was that, wasn't it? No. I'm not very good at regex. Okay. Hey newbie. Wow, complaining, little complaining boy. Why doesn't that work? Doesn't this, like, I've got a opening paren here. Doesn't that match that? Okay, well, I'll just do that. Do they have the same false off values for every attribute? That's a great question. I'm assuming they're all true, but I could be wrong here. Hello. Hey, little boy. What's up? Want me to feed you? So yeah, you're right. Some of these could be some of them could be. I would be surprised if it's you give it false and that sets the attribute. Surely they're all true and it sets the attribute. Autofocus off means it's off. Oh gosh. Oh no. Oh no, it's confusing. What does that mean? I think maybe get rid of. Okay, let's just put in the ones I feel confident about. You well said. You're completely right. So, checked. Yes, true. Checked. Yes. Okay. Controls. I'm not sure what controls does. MDN controls. Attributes. Okay, controls. Indicate wherever the browser show playback controls. Oh, okay. Okay. Hello. Nice one, MDN. I would like it if you show me how to use the thing. Controls. So controls is either... If you don't specify the controls attribute, the audio player won't include the browser's default controls. However, you can create your own ones. Okay. Okay. And the next one is disabled. Yep. Loop. What does loop do? Loop. Ah, look. It used to be on marquee. Oh, that's so nice. Bring that back. Haley, you've got heart. You've nearly supporting. You're nearly supporting loop. You're nearly supporting marquee. Okay, so we think in this case it should be. I should write a test. It's a bit silly if you don't have a test. So what do we think this one is? It's oh, sorry about this cough, everyone. I got told off for apologizing yesterday, but I still feel I should. Boom. There we go. We could do the int one as well. Do you think? What do you think, newbie? I think maybe I'll give him... It is dinner time. I'll give him some dinner. I'll hold on tight for a few seconds, folks. Come on, newbie. He's getting so big, I shouldn't give in so easily. But, you know, he's very loud. Cool. What are the int ones? I think the int ones could also work. I think that would be nice. Ints. Coals, height, rows, width. Those all sound quite sensible to me. So... Hello, had to walk my dog. Hello, had to walk my dog to call about the mouse thing. Ben made a joke about the fact we English believe there's more than one math. So I threatened to ban him. Oh. I'm currently in an aesthetic programming phase, and I'm wondering, does Gleam feel clean to write? I think so. I mean, I'm extremely biased, but I think there's a certain elegance in writing a language where I think there's an elegance in writing a language where it like everything is so uniform. Like it's a small and very consistent language, and that feels good to me. And there aren't really as many places in most languages where you have to like deliberately steer away from what's going on here? I've got a message saying, by the way, are you veggie? What? Yes, I am, Robin. What was I saying? Oh yes, yeah. There's not so many places where you go like, oh, this bit of the language, you don't use it. Like you use the whole language. So this one is width, and it should be 400. Oh bother! There we go. I'm not sure what happened there. Try it. I mean, you can learn it in. If you can go through the tour in. If you go to the home page, ta-da! Look how lovely it is. Oh. Click on the big button here that says try Gleam, and then it takes you to a place where you can do some learning. And it'll take you through all the different, all the different topics, and you can edit it and, oh gosh, I'm in the way. See compile errors and all that kind of jazz. It's a really good learning tool, I think. And this is the whole language. Like you can go through it in a couple hours. Why aren't these strings? Why these strings aren't separated by comma or something? I'm not sure which strings you mean. Sorry. Should I convince my boss that we should migrate our service to Gleam instead of Java 8? I'm sure your boss will be 100% on board with that. In fact, he's probably wondering why why did I say that? They're probably wondering why you haven't suggested it already. Okay, so let's pop on the... I'm getting lots of messages. It's the only app that makes a noise, messages. I think you typed it brackets after the... Oh, I did. Well spotted. Thank you. Good. So, what did we think they were? We thought they were width, height, coals, and there was one more, but I don't remember what it was. Oh, the marquee elements. My baby. Coals, height, rows. Of course, coals, rows, that makes sense. Rows. What am I doing? There we go. Oh, that wasn't what I wanted you to do. I can't decide if I want to keep on this thing where it like automatically adds quotes, because I feel like it gets it wrong for me more often than it gets it right. And I've made a mistake here. There we go. Checked in controls, no separation between them. Controls. Oh yeah, there we go. There's a little pipe here. It's probably a bit hard to see on this screen. Good. So I think that's probably enough. The other ones we'll leave, like styles. That'd be too hard because I'd need to like work out how to split the... Yes, I know. I gave you loads of food because I wanted you to go away. Do you just want entertaining now? Come on, you. Come on. I'm going to stroke you and then you're going to stop complaining. Come on, little boy. Come on. Oh! The last thing... Actually, let's commit this. Why not? Yes. Fix non-string attributes. And the last thing I want to fix is, so if you look, none of my tests have any white space in them, which is not correct, frankly. So what happens if we do? Can I do like HTML5? Come on, give me. Oh. I have to write it all by hand. That's rubbish. I was hoping it would just like... I was hoping there would be some Vim snippet to do it for me, but... Wait. Did I do those backwards? No. That's not how you spell title at all. Title. Hello. Hi, what plugin are you using for Git? Oops, that's the wrong button. Lazy Git. Oh wow, look, there's other things. Excuse me. So what did I press? I pressed G. What does C do? Oh wow, look at that. That's amazing. I dare not select any of them because I don't know what it does. And sorry, everyone. Status. Oh, that's nice. That's kind of nicer than lazy git in a way. And I don't know what H for prefix means. File history. Okay, but I can't view any of them, right? Can I? Copy this. Oh, nice. Squash down. Oh gosh, it does loads of things. I should probably learn this at some point, eh? But there you go, it's lazy git. So this adds. It's not very helpful. This. Oh, it's not HTML though. It's code. Right, so if you look at this test now, you see it's rendering all these, all the indentation as text elements, which is awful. Like, that's not at all what you want. Would it be easier to have a slightly custom test setup with a directory per test, an HTML file and a Gleam file so you get syntax highlighting? Could add a comment below the required imports for Gleam, split the strings and compare. Yes. This is Gleam we're writing. We're not writing a camel, it's Gleam. Yes, that would be cool. However, I don't think I'm going to touch this library again after I fix this. So there's not tremendous amounts of value in adding that. But if this was a big project, I would say yes. And also use snapshots. In fact, there's no good reason why I'm not using snapshots for this. I should just be using snapshots for this. It's actually very foolish that I've not used snapshots. I'm disappointed in myself, and I have no excuse for why I have not used snapshots in this case. It's such a perfect use for snapshots as well, because all I'm doing is comparing strings. Why didn't if Jack was here, he would have told me to do it. Okay, well, we'll just look at this horrible string. So, I wasn't 100% sure what to do because I was like, sometimes the white space matters. Okay, sometimes I do care about it, but other times I don't. So if I wanted to see what the Elm HTML converter, because I stole this idea from Elm, right? HTML to Elm. Oh, there's two of them. Let's see what each of them do. So, maybe you are properly in the way of the screen. I can't see anything. Maybe. So this, two elements side by side. If you rendered this, you would have the E of the pre. Oh, let's make it clearer. Let's This is rubbish. Let's do this. So this would say 1, 2 is like one word altogether. And if you put a space here, that should say 1 space 2. And if you put a space here, it should say 1 space 2. But if you look, it never changes the HTML. They're completely ignoring spaces, which I'm not sure that's what you want. This one is completely ignoring the other elements, so let's do that. This one is preserving the space inside the elements. Oh, but only trailing. Oh, it's because they want to preserve. So okay, so the reason they're doing that is that they want to say if there's they're trying to preserve indentation to some degree, but it doesn't work very well. Okay. Okay. So I think we probably want to drop all completely empty strings, bits of text, which will be wrong sometimes. But I don't know what the algorithm is to work out how to. I don't know how to tell when it is correct to keep them or not. Like, I don't know what the rule is. How do you spot that? I think you need to like keep quite a bit of context about where you are in the tree, and I'm not sure I want to do that. Okay, let's do that. So text. Print text. Newbie, your tail's on my keyboard. Stop it. Trim left. So, oh, it's called T. It's not called S. And then we can say case. So if it is empty, let's just return. Newbie, please. You're fantastic, but you're making it very hard to type. However, if it's not empty, we can do that. How does that look? So now, oh no, no. That doesn't work anymore because oh bollocks, sorry everybody, I've been, oh, that's really upsetting. That was quite a while that time as well, wasn't it? Oh, rubbish. Okay, I'm going to look at those plugins after we've done this and try and figure out how to do it better. Oh, very upsetting. Anyway, so when we print the text, trim the left of the string. If it's an empty string, do nothing. If it has some content after that, then we render it. Awesome. But if you look at what we've outputted, it text area value input also preserves white space, right? Yes. And pre. Care about pre as well. But let's get the general cases working, and then we can do some other stuff. So if you look at this is now wrong, because when we trimmed out those extra text elements, we left behind an empty element. Ooh, oh dear. So we shouldn't do it like this. We should instead trim them from the tree before we print it. So let's put this back to what we had previously. Which is not like that. It's like that. And where do we print children? Children. We just map print over them. So let's replace this with a function called print children. Bye, newbie. He's back in that plastic bag again. What am I doing? What is this? Is it HTML node? Yes, good. Oh, and the language stuff worked for a second there. How exciting! So it would be flat map. No, filter map. Let's do that because we want to map over them because we want to update. We want to print them, and we also want to remove the ones that we don't care about printing. Yes, okay. Is that true? Yes, it is. Okay, so children and so if it is a text, we're going to do something. And we've also got a... What are the other two? There they are. So if it's an... If it's an L, how do we want to do this? I don't want to replicate the print function. Oh, there's an empty here. Oh, that implies that the same problem's going to happen for comments, isn't it? Let's add a comment one, because I think that's going to break as well. Do I have any comments in here? No, there's no comments. Okay, so we found a bug. We found another bug. So for comments, we want to return error nil. If it's an element, we print it. But for text, we're going to be more clever. We're going to say if you trim the text and it is empty, then remove it. Otherwise, what is it? Print text? Yes, there we go. Oops, it's meant to be just T, it's not OKT. The OK goes here. Nice. And this is meant to return a document. No, it's not. It's meant to return a, oops, a list of them. Nice. Okay, does that look correct? It looks more correct. I'm looking up here. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that. It's going to be wrong in some cases, but it's good enough to be useful. Let's add one for comments as well. And let's just cheat. Always cheat. Good, thank you. Nice. Yeah, that looks good to me. Let's do one for a comment. Nice, still works. So I want to try and make some changes to the language tour. If Gleam runs compiles, sorry, let's try that again. If Gleam run compiles, is there a quick way to serve the JavaScript HTML from that results from the compiling? Sure. I'll show you what I do. I would normally go to the language tour. Go to the language tour. Go to the language tour. Good, here we are. And how does it work? It spits everything out into this. God, it's hard to read that text, isn't it? Where is it? Public. It spits everything out to here. So I would run a HTTP server in here, like live server, or just, I don't know, I think they've got this Ruby one as well. Excuse me. There's probably a better one than this. There's probably like a nice one, like a JavaScript one or something. Anyway, so you'll put your HTTP server of choice in there. And then I would go over to, let's go back to the tool. And then I would probably, in one window, say Gleam run. So that will recompile every time I make a change. So let's edit some content. There we go. So if I look in my editor, is this the one? Yep, it says hello Joe. It says it here. And if I go to here and change it to be hello Mike, and it says, doesn't say hello Joe, it says hello Mike. Next, is it on the wrong page? Yes, I'm on the wrong page. It says hello Mike. And you could use a HTTP server that has like live reloading and stuff, but I mostly just hit refresh because I don't look at it very often. But yeah, pretty easy stuff. Let's close all of these. Oops. Good. Okay. And is that good enough? Do we want to try and make it work inside pre as well? Is that worth doing? No, let's actually have a test for trailing. Oops. Hello. Excuse me. So that preserves the white space at the end here. Whoops. No, like that. Oh, but I'm missing I gotta close the list. What's wrong there? Oh. That doesn't look right. Should it? Oh, I've got an extra. There we go. I was like, why is it adding an extra? Why is it adding an extra? It's like square bracket. What's going on? Oh, my test is wrong. My test is the thing that says there should be an extra square bracket. Hey, Lods, how's it going? Yeah, cool. So I think like this is wrong in places. This is wrong inside pre. And text area, is that what we said? Should we look at how text areas work? MDN text area. Okay. Are you allowed to have elements other than text inside a text area? I don't know if that's true or not. Can't. Permitted content, text. Nice. So you can only have text out of text area. Okay, so let's have a special case for pre and a special case for text area. I'm nervously checking, like, oh, am I on the right screen? Am I on the right screen? Because I've messed up twice really badly already, and I'm not willing to mess up again. I probably will, but So let's do one for what on earth? Let's do one for text area. Why is the result type in the prelude, but the option type isn't? That is. Oh, hi newbie. That's for historical reasons, because things go in the prelude when it is not possible. How do I explain this? If you don't eat the cable. If you can implement something inside a library, it goes in a library rather than being something the compiler makes for you and puts inside the prelude. So for example, integers, you can't implement those in pure Gleam because they have a special syntax. This like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. Option, easy to implement in Gleam, so you can do that. Booleans, it looks like you can do it. So like true and false, they can be implemented in normal Gleam. That's really easy. However, guards can't. So guards use booleans, so booleans have to exist in the language because you might not be using the standard library. Also, that one is like, it would just be a little bit too weird if you don't have booleans in your language. People find that just a little bit too strange. Result used to have a special syntax. Not the constructors, but there used to be a keyword called try, which is a much more restricted version of today's use. Or it did something different, but it could use. If you use the if you were applying the use keyword to the function result.try, that's the same thing as what the try keyword used to do. No, those are my earplugs, newbie. So that had a sense that meant it needs to be in the prelude. Now, try was removed, but we can't remove results because lots of code uses it. I mean, all code uses result, so it's kind of a non-starter, really. He stole my headphones. He actually stole my headphones and jumped off the table with them. Wow. What a crafty little guy. He put them in his well, they're not headphones, they're like earplugs. Like musicians' earplugs. He actually picked them up and ran away. Oh well. So, if we have a div. Hello. Hey Daniel, how's it going? So what did I say? I said if there is a text area and it says hello like that, it should equal. Do I bother with the wrapping div? Yeah, let's keep it. Okay. Text area. Oh, wow. Is Haley going to tell me that text area has a special thing? Let's check that actually in the docs. So let's go to... Whoops. He's going crazy with the case for my headphones. Good. Well, I'm glad he's entertained, you know. Text area. Content string. Oh, this one's a string. Awesome. So, okay, so that's a bug. Awesome. Text area. So that should just return pretty close to what I've got, but there should be that. Oh, there's a typo here. No, but it can have attributes, can't it? So it's almost correct. How do you have your language server configured? I can't figure out how to make it work flawlessly. Sorry, I'm laughing at Birkendev. Birkenev? I'm not sure I'm not sure I'm pronouncing your name right, pal. I've made a mistake to check the official spec. It's 1,463 pages. It's a bit tiny then. Need an A, says Ben. I'm not sure where the A is. Where are we talking? Where do I need this A? Not sure. Not sure what the missing A is. Can you see a missing A? Need an exclamation. Oh, I need an exclamation point. What? Oh, and hello, I see. Thank you. Good. So, this is not doing... Oh, he's left. Has he taken my... Nope, still got them. Okay, so he what do I need? Text area. Oh, look at that. It's in here. Oh, I wonder how many other ones I'm doing wrong. So let's move text area to... Yes, quite Snoopy. Yes. So, darling. I know, it's tragedy. I fed you loads. I fed you absolutely loads, honey. You can't complain anymore. So, attributes. Cool. Children. Oh, but I've already printed the children. That's really interesting. Look. Oh, wow. Okay. So, in this case, I want the children not to be printed because I'm going to do something different with them. So I should probably move... Someone's pressing the little heart button loads on YouTube. It's really, really fun to see. So here... On these two, we need that to be the same. However, on this one, we need to pull the content out of the children. So let's make a new function for that. Oh, what's it complaining about here? Oh, because I've done it all backwards. It's that. Oh, no, that's wrong again. It's that. Okay. Oh, where's my... Did I delete my... I deleted my content thingy. There we go. So, oops. Get text content from some nodes, which is a list of HTML node. It's going to return a string. Let's pattern match on these nodes. How did our whole generation get tricked into having pets which are just toddlers for 15 years straight? Quite. I'm very fond of him, but he is a massive pain in the butt. So if there is one child and it's just some text, return some text. Or maybe, oh dear, can you have a comment in the middle of it? Oh no, oh no, oh no. Okay, let's make this better. Okay, so you start with nodes, and then you filter map them to have a single node in each occasion. And for each of the nodes, if it's text, you return text. If it's not text, we filter it out. Okay. Expected list of HTML. What have I done wrong here? Nodes. Oh, node singular. And then afterwards, I want to join them. And I need to turn this into a printable document. Nice. But it's not meant to be content. Children's meant to be content at this point. Boom. Oh. No. I don't turn it into a printable document. I do print string. No, print text. No. Yeah, string. Print string. Is it print? Oh, yeah. There's too many things that are named almost the same, but not quite. Okay, cool. So, and that preserves all of the white space, apparently. Yeah, does it? What happened to the new line? Isn't a new line been lost here? Does the first line not matter in text area? That's interesting. So the test suggests it should be that. Huh. Well, I guess that's right. I'm surprised by that, though. Having pets is an age-old tradition that dates back to the Egyptians. No tricks, just heritage. I don't know, it could be an old trick. It could be a pretty good old trick. What do you think? You do look like an Egyptian god. I mean, he's literally called Anubis. Like, that is his name. How appropriate. No, come back. Ah, come back. You want more food? He's too clever. He's worked out he can bully me to get more food if I'm streaming. Cats are low maintenance, and keep testing gravity still works for you. Don't give him more food, but I want to give him more food. He's a spoiled little boy. Rapidly turning into a spoiled big boy. Okay, so I think we fixed the things that I said want to be fixed. Oh no! I'm lying. I'm lying to you because I'm not trustworthy. We want to have one for pre as well. That's interesting. Pre. Code. So this is a really common thing, right? Oh no, this one's a pre. This one's a code. First element's text. And the white space should be preserved on this one. I like programming languages. Am I welcome? Hell yeah. I mean, you'd be welcome if you don't like programming languages. I mean, you probably wouldn't enjoy it very much, but you would be welcome. I mean, let's even do something that doesn't make any sense. Like, let's do... Like, that doesn't make any sense. Let's do that. I asked ChatGPT to tell me. ChatGPT to tell me about Gleam, and apparently it's for distributed tech. It's not for distributed tech, but it is good at distributed tech because it uses the Erlang runtime and the Erlang virtual machine, and that has a whole bunch of distributed computation features built into it. It's very cool. This is look at this terrible HTML I've written, but that's okay. It's a good example. It shouldn't discard any white space here, should it? It should preserve all of it. So, How are we going to do this then, eh? I can't be bothered to fix the test, so let's just make it fail in a creative way. So, if we ever hit a pre, we want to do this, but we want to do a special thing where we say, is it possible to run Gleam/Erlang on an ESP32? I'm not sure what that is. I'm guessing that is, okay, let's find out. That sounds like an interesting question. ESP32. It is a system on a trip microcontroller thingy. Okay, and I know that there is a runtime called the Atom VM. And it's ESP32. It looks like it's doable. Sounds like it's doable. Not using the normal runtime, but there's a little one called Atom VM which should work. Which is kind of like, if Go normally uses the Go compiler, you can use TinyGo to run it on microcontrollers, and you can use microcontrollers. Is that what they're called? Microprocessors? Well, I can't remember I'm struggling a bit. I'm streaming. My brain is fried a bit. But and the same way you can use MicroPython. It would be nice to have Internet of Thing actors connected on those tiny devices. That is an actual intended use case. In fact, that is the intended use case, really. Erlang was made for embedded stuff originally. And I have right here some really beautiful dedicated hardware that instead of running, whatever operating system or I don't know, TinyGo or something, it runs a full copy of the Erlang virtual machine. And so you could have, like, in a factory, next to each one of your big mechanical arms or your complicated machinery, you could have one of these, and your entire factory could be automated by Erlang nodes sending messages to each other. I mean, the alternative to that is that maybe you'd run... I was talking to somebody who works at he effectively works for a factory doing software, and they have like two computers at each station, and they run Kubernetes on them. I was like, well, you wouldn't need to do that if you had Erlang or Gleam or something, because it's all these things are every factory is a big cluster of machines talking to each other. It's like, how are you going to implement that? Erlang would be a really good fit. And that thing, I believe, can do hard real-time as well. Lizard Brain does robotic stuff, don't they? Yeah, they're definitely knowledgeable. I'm not sure, like, if it's their job or not. But yeah, I know they know. Whenever it comes up, they seem to know a lot about it. You should come by the Gleam Discord, everyone. Come talk to people about robots and coffee. So, this is annoying because I now need to tell... Anytime you're printing an element, you need to know whether or not you're inside a pre. So I think we should have some type that says something about... preserve white space. Preserver. Discard white space. No. Whoops. Nice. Can Gleam interrupt with nerves? I've not used nerves. Nerves being a what is it? It's like a tool chain for deploying Elixir applications to system on a chip computers, right? I think that's what it is. I don't know if you can use nerves to... I don't know if nerves supports Erlang directly. I mean, well, it must do. I think nerves might mandate using mix, but you could compile your Gleam and then put that in a mix project as Erlang, or you could use the mix Gleam plugin, which is like a best effort like third-party attempt to add Gleam support to mix, because mix, the Elixir build tool, doesn't have support for Gleam, and that might work. It's not been tested. It sounds doable, but I don't know. Oh, sorry. I don't know what snags you hit along the way, but it's definitely doable. When I hear distributed tech, I think of Bitcoin. No, not bad distributed tech. This is good distributed tech that actually does things rather than just like make computers warm and cause carbon emissions so some people can do some complicated gambling. Oops. So in the print function, I'm going to have a white space, which is a white space mode. And I'm not sure you can ever reach these two now. So how many times does this function get used? Print. Move out print. Okay. So what if we just had print? What if we just had print elements here? And this was print, print children. And this would never be used, right? Yeah, okay, good. So when we print children, we need to know what we're in. So we pass through the mode. So inside pre, we want to set it to preserve white space. Otherwise, we set it to be the same as it was before. But by default, we want to strip white space. Is that correct now? Oh. Let's look at my test. What have I put here? So pre-code. Oh, okay. Yes. So I am missing some brackets here. That one. And it's not working because it is stripping. Oh, I didn't actually make it respect the mode. So where was the thing where what do? We checked against an empty string, didn't we, somewhere? Okay, so if it's text and sorry, if it's text and let's do it. Okay, we only strip it out if the white space mode is strip white space. Boom. Okay, cool. Now we've got some extra text. How are we going to do this? No, because I also want to strip it if it's completely empty. Can it ever be completely empty? Oh, but I'm still stripping stuff. This is just wrong. Okay, let's just try this again. Okay, let's get rid of this. So this is what happens if we were in the strip mode. If white space is Strip white space. However, if we're not stripping it, text, we just always print text. Like that. Does that look right? I think that might be right. Nice. Let's print in the test just to check. I think that's right. Nice. Let's do that then. And I can't be bothered to type this all out. So let's just do this. Which frameworks did you take for inspiration from Lustre? I didn't make Lustre. Haley did. But she is an Elm developer. So I think Elm was going to be the big one. I think a lot of the server component stuff is definitely going to be inspired by Phoenix Live View as well. So there's that there as well. Is that correct? No. No, I just sort of made edits without thinking about it. That's correct though, isn't it? Yes. Awesome. I think that is that all the places we need to preserve white space? I think it might be. I think it might be. Nice. Okay. So I think the next thing to do would be to put it on make a web page out of it, and then it's ready to use. That's pretty exciting. Yeah, I think that's it. Oh gosh, excuse me. Add those things. Preserve white space in pre and text area. And that's it. I think we're done. How long have we been streaming for? I've been streaming for... Come out to 2 hours. Good, 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 good. That's like a natural close for me. I think that means we should give someone a raid, eh? I do love the raiding. That's one of my favorite bits. It's got to be the man himself. How do you spell his name? Tej_div. Anyway, yeah, thank you so much for coming, everybody. And thank you so much for the bits and subscriptions, my first ever ones. Really exciting. I'll see you very soon, I hope. And yeah, let's go do some raiding. And thank you to YouTube. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.